Good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you're all doing well today. It is 5:30 a.m. I would have been up doing a little bit earlier than 5:30 a.m., but got some stuff done. Actually, the boy's upstairs awake in his room, so I had to go help him out, move some lights around, and do some stuff, redecorating at 5 o'clock in the morning. Go figure. I'm like, I hear noise. I think it's the cats. It's him. So this is 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. We talk about Agile and Practical. This is show episode 112, so the 112th episode. I put a couple of pieces of content, more content out there over the weekend. And I put clips out for the Fortune Cookie Friday stuff. So there's a whole playlist for Fortune Cookie Friday if you want to see that. And I'll try to see if I can promote that more during the week because it's fun stuff, right? Because as we talk about with the show, we want to give you practical and tactical ideas on Scrum and Agile and application to help you get home to your family and friends and have some fun over the weekend. On weeknights, do some other activities that you really dreamed about doing because we're supposed to be doing better here, so you would do more of that kind of thing, and also to make your company money. There's a lot of companies out there that could use help in getting better at what they do, delivering product. I'll give you an example. It was interesting. My wife commented this weekend because an actual Amazon catalog showed up in the mail. She says, well, Amazon's catalog just beat out the Target one and the Walmart one and all those other ones. They were at the door first. So she was commenting how quickly the competition changes, right? And gets your stuff out there. And who would have thought Amazon now has a catalog? It's kind of interesting. Now I would have added one little piece of that catalog that they didn't do, which they could have done, which would have got them more sales, but they didn't quite. It's something. Maybe I'll give that out. But that little piece was like I would have put one of those the barcodes on the pages so people can snap it on their phone, and then it would drop the whole, like they have a page of stuff. So you snap it on the phone, it would have built up that page on the Amazon thing, so you don't have to type in the little numbers because nobody likes to type numbers on their phones anymore. And if you had the thing, it'll show the page of all the different things they could have sold. Now, that would have been good. That would be next year, right? They should do that. And then also just to have some fun and I don't know, have some fun and do some stuff. So that is why we're here. I look at and I generate a couple things. So the two topics I want to talk, and again, like and subscribe. Oh, and I cleaned up the house a little bit, somewhat. Got a bell. Woo! Got a bell. So ring the bell in YouTube. So when we put stuff out there, you can get that. I found it interesting. I was kind of browsing around LinkedIn before I got up this morning, and I noticed a lot of stuff in LinkedIn now is like just slogans and coach, kind of coaching, like, hey, here, more power to you, right? And you need more energy, and you should do these good things, and da 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 da. And I don't see a lot of tactical and practical stuff. I see a lot of guys pitching, a lot of classes and things like that. That's not what we do at the show. We don't pitch classes. Now there are classes. I do offer some classes. And that have that part, but this show is different. This is just about practical and things that you all suggest to me and ask me questions and post up there about Scrum and Agile so that you can use some of it. And it's supposed to be within 15 minutes because the 15-minute mark is how long the daily Scrum is supposed to last for. So the idea is that this is within the daily Scrum time frame. So if you say this show is too long, then daily Scrum is super long, right? So it's kind of interesting how some places would have longer daily Scrums, like a half hour to get stuff done, and you really don't need that half hour. So that's the story behind that. So the two things I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the wish list backlog, kind of coming over the weekend, and I think I want to show a multi-part series, and we're going to see how this wish list changes. I'll probably do it again on Friday because now we're in a work week, so it won't change as much. And then also talk about visible slogans. because like I said, I was looking at LinkedIn and a lot of slogans out there. So it's episode 112, 5amMesterScrum. Scrum. I did this the other day, right? Get the lights flickering here. So this is the punch list or action list we talked about the other day. All the things I wanted to do over the weekend. I got some stuff done. A lot of stuff still left on it that I didn't get to. The blue, like some tasks that popped up, right? A new add-on for things to do. What did we do? I don't know what that was. Oh, that was priority number one. We're gonna get to that. But one of the things like hockey wasn't on the list. So this is just like normal work, right? So you make a list, and this is why you don't go. This answers all my questions, like everything I bring up. This is why you don't go crazy on your backlog, right? And get some stuff off of it before you add more stuff on. Just put enough, because your very first sprint or whatever you're gonna do, or your wish list backlog that I call it, you're not gonna get all this stuff done, but that's okay. You got some of the stuff done on the list, which is important, right? You're not going all over the place. Um, I got some video clips out, put my kid's desk up, but that became a two-part thing. Purchase the desk and then assemble the desk, right? So it had some tasks. I didn't write any tasks down. Hockey. So we ended up. I had to try on his old hockey gear, right? So they had to try the gear on first, make sure what's still left, and then go find a place to go buy it. We went and had fun, which Eddie erased because he's like, I'm going to erase all the things that are crossed off here. I'm like, no, don't erase it. I got help. Help me. I'll erase these things so you have more space to put more stuff on your list. So you can do that, right? That's the management. He's the product owner, right? Get some videos done. I didn't get any work done on my websites there, and there's still a lot of stuff here at the bottom that I didn't quite get to. I did put out connects. I don't know if I put 100 out, but I did put some connects. So if you got a connection from me and you took it, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. But we'll chat more because it's fun chatting and talking. But anyway, just like at work, right? You get this giant list. Oh, we didn't get, no, you got some stuff done, right? And it's just a little sprint. It was just one weekend I got some things done. Plus, there's a lot of other stuff that came up, like when I was trying to get the hockey gear out of the basement. Somebody in the household didn't put paint can on right. The next thing I know, there's white paint, ceiling paint all over the floor. I'm like, ah. So what I thought was going to be a quick find the hockey clothes, turn into a whole, got to clean paint off the ground, throw out stuff. It was not a pretty sight. But that happens in life, right? You think you're going to do something and it gets more complicated than you thought, right? And that's the beauty of Scrum and why we don't go too crazy, because when you do stuff for the first time, you don't know. And it's the same thing like in the videos. Yeah, I only got 5 videos, but I took some time. And as I was doing, I was like, okay, as I create these video clips, how can I do this quicker, take less time as I'm doing it, and what would be the best steps? So as I was writing think about it as writing your code, as you write it and say, okay, is this something I want to, you should always ask you these, I'm going to do a show, tomorrow, like things you should think about when you're coding, and what you should tell people what they should be thinking about the coding. But as an example where I want to look at reuse and reusing it for future sections. So as I'm building this stuff, I'm trying to find out what's the quickest way to take care of the backlog. So those are the kind of things that you talk for that punch list. But that stuff wasn't there on the list, right? So it took a little bit longer, but you know what? That little bit of time, even though I didn't get the list done, that little bit of time I took to make it better will help me 10-fold, 15-fold, 20-fold down the line as I go, because I'm developing, how do I do this, right? How do I not inundate you all with little video clips, like 50 at a time, right? How does that work? So I figured out how I think I figured out how I want to use Facebook and YouTube and everything. LinkedIn is a little harder. LinkedIn doesn't work the way I would like it to work. It's a little more brute force kind of thing. It's not that sophisticated. Or if it is sophisticated, I got to pay a lot of money, and I ain't paying a lot of money. So anyway, that's the wish list. So you got your big list, you got your giant list, right? Just like work, you got a giant list of what the customer wants. You get a couple things done. But again, this is why doing it on a whiteboard, doing it on a wall list or Excel spreadsheet is a little harder, because in those little computer systems, if I did this, the little card would just move up, and when it's done, it's done. It's off the sheet, which is a beautiful thing in those new systems. Okay, so 5 a.m. Master Scrum, episode 112. Um, it's Monday. How you guys doing? All right. The other thing, I got my little list, right? Um, I mean, there was a lot of unplanned stuff, like, kids had too much fun at the playground yesterday. So, so what I thought was going to be like a 2-hour thing turned into a 3, 4 hour thing. It was great. It was great fun though. The other one I'll talk about, visible. We always talk about in Scrum and Agile, posting things so it's visual, bringing stuff to the open, right? Sharing your metrics, sharing things like that. Um, but being visible is not about having slogans, right? Be all you can be. That's the slogan. Excel, velocity. Work together. Together we will work together and be better. That's not the idea of being visible. Being visible is more like you got your team norms, right? So it's kind of interesting. People want to do some things, and they want to put charts up there for the company and make them big. Though I have done some stuff like that, but it's like having your team norms visible when you're working as a team during daily Scrum. The visibility brings that to a light, so that anybody in the team can share that, and everybody knows it's not a secret. It's not an individual trying to push the organization or your team into a particular way, but having those team norms visible. Like I said, that one group, they used to have the daily Scrum, and then on the wall next to it was their team norms, which I thought was a great thing. Until I think they told me that wasn't theirs. I'm like, well, you should put yours up there. You need it. That was one of the things I was thinking in the back of my head. Well, they're really good team norms. Maybe you should adapt to other teams' norms. I was like, this is crazy. Those are the kind of things you see in all these organizations. Like, hmm. Um, but also like the burn down charts, showing how you're doing as a team, so everybody can see. It's like, yeah, that's not looking good. We're not really good. What do I got to do to fix that, right? And then you got to have that. And we talk about transformation, and watching all those videos the other day from the international thing. There is a lot to said about the transformation of the mindset, right? So transforming from an individual working perspective, like one person at a time kind of thing, to the team perspective. And how do you make your team look better? It's about the team, and that has to change in the organization a little bit. Me, I love making my team look better. When I work with teams, I want them to look better, because they're going to look better. I'm going to look better. I always thought of it as a leader. The point of the spear, if the leader's way out here and the team's back here, the leader ain't going to take it very far. The leader has to be just a little bit ahead of the team in order for the team to progress. But if you're way out here in the far reaches in the universe and your team's way back here, you're not much of a leader. You're somebody on your own, right? So you have to figure a way to work together as a team. I want my whole team to do better, so I can do more fun stuff with the team, right? And we can do some neat stuff. And if you're still down in the trenches and you're all working down there, no one can have any fun, and no one can do any exploratory coding and see what's out there. But again, back on the slogans. So the slogans are what we're looking for in Agile. We're looking for sharing how we're doing as a team to motivate the team to do better, to work together as a team on a metrics board. What is blocked? I want to bring blocked to the forefront so that other teammates can help unblock it. Or, oh, I know somebody in that department. Let me call them and see if they can't help us fix this problem. But I have lunch with them every day. So maybe I can do some back channel work to help the team go through a blocker. That's what it is about, right? It's to share that. Oh yeah, I know some. My cousin works over there. Let me call my cousin. That's how you do it, right? Everyone was serious though. So it's like, no, sometimes it's just calling your cousin working in a different department. Um, but that's what it's about. And then the other thing is like I had one time a big giant. I have a picture of one of my blog posts from way back when. Um, a big scrum board. It's giant. It went across the whole entire room because it was a lot of work. But I brought visibility. I did that on purpose. I was using the little cards and what we were doing and everything. And some people didn't like it because they just didn't like it, but other people did. And I'll be honest with you, it was great talking point with the business and people in the organization because they so often go in IT and go, "What the hell do you guys do? Do you do anything?" You know. But of having those big boards in the IT world, and you have management and customers come through, wow, they got things organized. They're moving stuff. They have a to-do area and in progress and done. And look how big. Oh my! Look at all the stuff they had done. You would be amazed from an IT perspective how much more respect people have for you when they see that you are working through stuff. When there's nothing there and it says a vanilla envelope, they don't really get the respect for you for doing what you do. Those boards are awesome for promoting what you're doing in your organization. I mean, some people faux pas, oh, we don't want the boards, they don't look good. But I'm telling you, when the customer walks through and sees that, they look at those boards. Me as an agile coach, when I used to look, when people invite me to come check out their facilities and all, I'm always looking for those boards because I'm very curious. Like, how do you share what's going on in your business? How do you share what you're doing? Anyway, I do look for those boards and I do read them to see how they rate things. It tells a lot, right? And I always look for agile coaches to come by. Do they stop at the boards? It takes some time and look at the boards because I want to see what they're thinking. Anyway, with that, we're way over time. It's 17:07 and it's a Monday and it's crazy. You know, please like and subscribe 5am Mester Scrum. I hope you have a great Monday. It is a Monday. It's going to be rough for people overseas. Your day's almost done. Good for you, man, because where my day's just starting. Again, give us a thumbs up. And I found this little bell. Ring the little bell so you can get messages when we do this stuff. And hope everybody's doing well. Happy scrumming. Enjoy your Monday. Hope you survive, right? Start of a new week. And the holidays are coming up soon. Take care. Bye. See ya.